Now, one of the things that also is important is under your options tab, and under your options tab gives you a lot of cool things you can do. Now, one thing I want to point out to you is that under your general, you've got several things that are happening. First of all, on the left-hand side here, you're going to see these small little icons. And these little icons represent that when we submit to Tumblr or Delicious or any of these sites or Create, we're using not browser technology. We're using something called socket technology. And socket technology is simply a direct backdoor into all these sites. So you don't have to open a browser at all. If you do not see these icons, that simply means it's going to use a browser. So what's happening here is under your general options, you can set Magic Submitter to say, look, I want to do, for my browser, I want to submit 16 at a time. Okay? Now you need to have a very fast PC to do that, something with maybe an i3 Intel processor. And with socket technology, you can see, because we're not using a browser, you can go up to 25 at a time. It is recommended that you stay right around the 8 to 10, and then when you're using a browser, you're also doing 1 through 5 or 1 through 4, somewhere around there. So you can see here that if you got a very fast processor, you can go up to 25. I'm sorry, you can go up to 16 browsers open at a time, which is like having 16 people working for you full time, creating accounts and submitting backlinks. Same with socket. So if it's in socket mode, you can actually up to 25 at a time. So incredibly fast. Now there's a couple other options here. You definitely want to ping new links automatically. So when you're creating all these backlinks, Magic Submitter will download those links and actually automatically ping them for you. You can run Magic Submitter at the startup. So every time you actually open up Magic Submitter, it will open up your computer. It will open up Magic Submitter and then start Magic Submitter automatically. And if you are using the scheduler or the campaign modes, just so you know, when you shut down Magic Submitter or shut down your computer, reopen up, it will start where it left off. So Magic Submitter is that intuitive and that smart. Now we've also got another area in here called CAPTCHA. And so if you click on the CAPTCHA tab, you have several different options. Now a CAPTCHA is when you create an account or you submit items and you got that little code on the bottom that wants to know that you're a human being. Well, you can use a CAPTCHA service to solve all those automatically so that you don't have to do it yourself. And there's several that Magic Submitter works with. You've got Bypass to CAPTCHA, Death by the CAPTCHA, and Image Typers. I personally recommend Image Typers. It's one that I use, and it's very fast and very cheap. So you simply would put your username and password in each one of these and click Save. And then every time you submit an item, what happens is, believe it or not, there are people all over the world that will actually solve these CAPTCHAs for you. So it's not done by a computer. It's actually done by real human beings. And it costs about 1/10 of a penny in US terms to be able to solve a CAPTCHA. So you simply can put your username and passwords in, click Save, then every time you submit or every time you create an account, it'll solve the CAPTCHAs for you. Then you've got your proxies. Now, most of the time we use services, at least I do, that run in the background and change your proxies. Now, a proxy or an IP address is like an address that's assigned to your computer. And in best practices, what you want to do is you want to change that address about every 20 minutes to 30 minutes or every 50 to 100 submissions. This allows Google not to be able to track all the different links that you're doing. So the great thing about Magic Submitter is if you've got a proxy service that you purchase proxies from, you can simply copy and paste all your proxies in the back area here. But if you're using a recommended product like Hide My Ass, which will automatically rotate your proxies in the background, you don't have to put anything in this area. So that's exactly what you need to do when it comes to doing proxies. And then you've got Magic Article Rewriter integration, which is Magic Article Rewriter is a software that actually spins your content. And in later trainings, we'll talk about how to create content. But if you're wondering, how can I integrate a spinner software inside Magic Submitter? Well, the good news is Alex Krulik has created something called Magic Article Rewriter. And inside the training center here, you can actually scroll down and go to the recommended products, and you can see Magic Article Rewriter, and it actually integrates brilliantly inside, so you can easily spin all the content you submit. So 100% of the time, you'll be sending unique content with all these great backlinks. So that's the overview of the Options tab. So again, from left to right, you've got your profiles, You've got your campaigns to put all your backlinking on autopilot. This is where you click create accounts. You've got a button to read all your emails, which Magic Submitter will do for you automatically, or you can do it manually here. And you've got this great little button here that we skipped over, but I wanted to save the best to last. So you can simply click on this and you can create all your accounts at one time. Your article directories, bookmarking, blogs, simply fill out the profile, click run now, and create. When you see create scheduled tasks, it will create all these inside your task, scheduled tasks. So if I click this, what's going to happen is if I now go under scheduled tasks, you can see it automatically opens up and it will start creating all these tasks for me. And so while in the background, while I'm just going throughout my normal day, Magic Submitter will use all these different profiles and create all these accounts for you on autopilot. So incredibly powerful feature to create this. Now let me give you a few tips just to get started, because a lot of these sites, obviously video sites you might not use right away, syndication sites, all this. So let me give you the best ones to use. For me, when I first started, I use article directories, bookmarking sites, blogs. I use WordPress blogs. I use microblogs, status nets, and ELGG, and bookmarks. So now remember, so much to do, but if you want to say, look, what are the first ones I need to get started with, I should be creating, it's really these right here. They're the easiest to use, they're the fastest to use, and they give amazing high page rank authority for your backlinks to send backlinks to your content to. So you can simply do that right away. You then click run now, create scheduled tasks, and then in just a few minutes, Magic Submitter will start creating all those accounts for you so you can submit all your content. So again, let's go left to right. You create your profiles, then you create your task, or I'm sorry, you create your accounts, then you create an item to submit to, and then you submit. And it's literally that easy. So that's an overview of the main tabs.